situation in Iran is going very well. A lot of big hits today, a lot of big wins today, as you probably have heard militarily. And I think it's going very well and very good control. We'll see what's happening with the Straits. So just about everything is gone, and you'll see that.
That was President Trump Friday, teasing a major strike before revealing that the U.S., quote, totally obliterated military targets on Kharg Island, a crucial part of Iran's oil infrastructure. Mark Dubowitz is the CEO of the Foundation for Defense of Democracies and previously advised the Biden, Trump, Obama, and Bush administrations on Iran policy. He joins us now to react. And Mark, your experience is so key to understanding what is happening in the fact that President Trump was able to take this measure that no previous president has. What's your thoughts on this?
So, Griff, it's amazing. I mean, President Trump's going after the financial lifeline of this regime, right? This is Kharg Island. 96%, as you said, of Iran's oil goes through this island. It represents about $50 billion, $78 billion worth of Iran's oil exports. It's about 50% of the government budget. It pays for Iran's military and security apparatus for 3 years. So this is the financial lifeblood of the regime. You squeeze this and you're squeezing the Islamic Republic.
Yeah, and targeting the Iran regime's energy sector is certainly an interesting move this far into the Iran war. I thought the president's Truth Social, though, yesterday laid out a lot of clarity on exactly what's at play here. Mark, I want to read it to you. He says, I have chosen not to wipe out the oil infrastructure on the island. However, should Iran or anyone else do anything to interfere with the free and safe passage of ships through the Strait of Hormuz, I will immediately reconsider this decision. And so by striking the military targets only on Kharg Island, as you mentioned, the crown jewel of Iran's oil infrastructure really seems to have sort of taken taken hostage the energy sector of Iran, but for the goal of getting those ships through the strait and putting the ball in Iran's court. Will this be successful?
Well, Griff, that's exactly right. I mean, so it's really important to understand about 20% of the world's oil goes through that Strait of Hormuz. And what the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Air Force are doing right now over the past 2 weeks is systematically striking at Iran's drone, missile, and fast attack craft capabilities that are being used to deter ships from going through. So we've got a plan for those media outlets who said the president had no plan. I mean, it's nonsense. The U.S. military has been planning for this for 4 decades, in fact. And so we're seeing them systematically destroying that. But now President Trump he's raising the stakes. He's saying effectively this: Iran, it's your financial lifeblood. And by the way, that oil, Griff, is going to China. So it's about 2% of the world's total, but it's going to China, and China depends on those barrels. So it's also getting China on board to say to the Chinese, you talk to your Iranian friends in Tehran, because if they don't open up the Strait of Hormuz, and if there's not free passage of that oil, including to you in Beijing, we're going to take a stranglehold over Kharg Island. And that oil that's going to Beijing will no longer be going to Beijing. That'll be going to the United States of America.
And China feels the pinch there. Let me ask you lastly, Mark, you mentioned that the administration has been planning and thinking about Kharg Island, and so many previous administrations as well. I'm glad you raised that point. But lastly, I want to ask you, we've heard some discussion about whether or not these Marines being sent to the region could possibly be involved in actually taking the island. Do you see that as something that could be in the cards and would be necessary?
Well, I think certainly it's in the cards. I think that's why the Marines are going over there. I think the president, as we've seen, has lots of surprises in store for the Islamic Republic of Iran, including taking over Kharg Island. But again, I think it's also worth noting, I mean, we are obliterating Iran's missile capabilities, their production capabilities, their inventories, their entire defense industrial base. The Israelis say that over 10,000 Iranian security personnel have been eliminated or injured. 1,000 Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps have also been eliminated. And the entire leadership, over 60 top generals of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards and the Ministry of Intelligence, eliminated. You're also seeing Phase 2 playing out right now, and I think that's where I'm looking. Phase 2 is the Israelis are destroying the repression apparatus of the regime, and that really opens up space for the Iranian people at some point, as President Trump said, to come back to the streets in a once-in-a-generation opportunity.
We'll see where it goes. And following that phase two, Mark Dubowitz, great insight as always. Thank you, sir.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.